Well, today we conclude our week of scriptures that are teaching us about the importance of learning to trust in God. And I want to direct your attention to Psalm 115. And I encourage you to read the whole psalm. It's only 18 verses long. And I want to begin by talking about how we begin our worship services. Those of you who watch worship or attend worship notice that we tend to use a call to worship that is responsive almost every Sunday. And part of the reason why we do that is because that's part of how we see worship in the Psalms, are these passages where it's clearly responsive between a worship leader then, in that case that would have been a priest, and the congregation. And Psalm 115 is a great example of this call and response from a leader and from the people. And if you look in your Bible, you'll note that the first two verses, it's kind of like the choir. That'd be like our choir or praise team, that they say the first two verses, not to us, O Lord, not to us, but to your name give glory for the sake of your steadfast love and your faithfulness. Why should the nations say, where is their God? And then verses 3 through 8 look like something that a soloist would sing or even a priest might speak. And it talks about the contrast between our God, who is in the heavens, and God does whatever he pleases, and the idols of the nations that are just the works of human hands. And they have eyes, but they can't see. They have noses, they can't smell. They have mouths, they can't speak, etc. And then verses 9 to 11, it's like the choir responding to what the soloist has shared. And our verse of the day is verse 11. You who fear the Lord, trust in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. And then verses 12 through 13, you hear the congregation respond. The Lord has been mindful of us. He will bless us. He will bless the house of Israel. He will bless the house of Aaron. He will bless those who fear the Lord, both small and great. And then in verses 14 and 15, you see a priest pronounce a blessing, and then there's a concluding hymn of praise. So Psalm 115 is, first of all, a wonderful insight, if you will, into the practice of worship in ancient Israel, and this call and response of a choir, a soloist, a priest, the congregation as a whole, and everyone participating. And the focus is the greatness of God, the impotence of things made with human hands. And you think how easy it is for us to trust in material things, even in our money or our wealth. And what Psalm 115 encourages us is to put our trust in God, who is the maker of all things. And it's not for our name, but to God that we want to give glory. I pray today you'll be able to trust God. In whatever situation you're facing, keep leaning into God and trusting God, and God will be there for you as a help and as a shield.